Alright guys, I'm back. Time for destruction. I couldn't sleep all night because I was thinking about doing this with you guys. And let's see what we did here. I killed that Black Knight, so I have an extra Titanite chunk, which it's not going to be used like end game stuff. I got some good armor finally, so I'm going to throw that stuff on there. There we go, looking good. I decided, well, we can level up the Claymore if we want to. The mic just got worse. Mike. The mic was doing okay until 2 seconds ago, so I don't know. We can level up the Claymore and we can be fine with the Claymore. I don't know. It's okay. It's an okay sword, but I told you guys I wasn't going to go for this one over here, but let's do it. Those lie under. We must destroy our enemies. I don't remember how to get there. Is it through here? Definitely not, because I don't think that's the weapon I need. Run through the winter before I get slain by my enemies. I don't want to die. Don't let me die. I don't want to let you die, because if I die, I'm gonna freak out. Oh my gosh, okay. Holy rip. Run faster than you ever run before, because it will kill you. Oh. I'm gonna get this item up here really quick. Man, the mic like fixed itself and now it's back to its crazy ways. I know I might get killed here, so I'm gonna get this bad boy. And let me see if I can hit the bonfire. Okay, let me fix the mic really quick. Hello. Hello. Is that better? That's better. I think that's better. Hold on. Let's look at our new weapon that we're going to... I also forgot to mention, I have gotten 24 strength. It's a good thing that all I need to do. Well, I'm gonna level up anyway, but in my grinding I did obtain some Titanite. So we are going to definitely... Okay, well, obviously I'm not strong enough for that. Let me do this. Oh, here's my son. You can hear him in the back. My baby boy. I don't know if this is gonna do any better. I know it's gonna be stronger, obviously, but it's like, I don't know what I was doing there. It's like, do I want this or, yeah, I don't know. Do I want this or do I want the Claymore? You can level up the Claymore a lot more to +5. And maybe, yeah. Alright, we're back to Claymore, just because I like fast rolling. You guys are like, you're so indecisive, Will. Yeah. Actually, I was just thinking about this as I was doing some soul capturing. Is when we were younger, JD would always he'd always draw different stuff, and spiders is definitely one of them. So this shield works out perfectly for us. Man, man, we did a lot of stuff. I kind of the thing about us as a family, we've always been really artistic, but I feel like we've lived a lot on talent, and we don't really look at the people that actually do a lot of hard work to get there. I don't know if this mic thing is gonna fix itself. Fix yourself a merry little Christmas, so you don't hurt my ears. Full screen for myself because I don't like going small screen. For example, I know it's a life thing. Like, it's like you need to work hard in life to get where you want to go. But you look at certain people and you don't get to see the behind the scenes of what they do. Give myself a little more life because I need some life. You just see like the result of their hard work, and you hardly see what they do to get there. And so you tend to like look at people and you're like, oh man, they got a free ride, or oh, they're so talented. But in a lot of cases, it's like they do a lot of hard work to get there. Ooh, there's like fuzzy all over me. Like for me, I look at Danny's stepbrother. He runs a roofing company, and for so long I was just like, man, he's just so talented at like business and knowing how to do things with roofing and getting clients and stuff. But his company didn't take off for a couple of years, and he mowed lawns, like one of those things that you think you grow out of as an adult, like, oh, I'll never have to mow another lawn again. Well, yeah, that's not true. This guy, come back here. Worked really hard, and he mowed lawns like on the weekends while he had his other job. And I'm gonna tempt these guys out of here because I really don't want to. What are you doing? Cool spear, dude. Dodge, dodge, you fiend! Dang, how did I hit that guy and not these punks? Come on, Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney Phil. Nice. Some of my favorite movies is Groundhog Day. And a lot of people like love that concept of going back in time and that kind of crap, and having to fix yourself. I just enjoy that movie thoroughly because the Bill Murray, he's hilarious. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you just don't see like the behind the scenes stuff, you know. Like a lot of these streamers, people are like, oh yeah, like get online and they just like are so good at streaming, they get a follower and they don't see the years that they've had to work maybe 2 or 3 jobs while doing video games at night. And you'd think, oh well, video games, like you can play that after you work. And yeah, so I guess there is that, you know, if it's just part of their ritual anyway, like they're probably just gonna be doing video games anyway, so why not? there's that, I guess, because gigs shouldn't be necessarily like a business idea for people to make money that works. But anyway, but what I'm just trying to say is obviously we never see behind the scenes how many jobs they've had to work previous to, and this kid is playing the news. It's time for me to get freaking burned like struggled so hard in this boss before. I think for a couple reasons. First, I suck at this game right now for some reason. I don't know, I thought I was like getting good. That's why I even offered to like be like, yeah, sure, I'll record because I know some tips and tricks. Yeah, right. I guess. So yeah, it's like, obviously right now for me, I lost a lot of clientele and we moved out here, and I think we've kind of like, at least with massage, like I haven't really done massage out here. Like I've sold shoes, like I said in the last video, and I love that job, mostly because like I get free pairs of shoes if I can hit certain goals, and it kind of sucks because the goals aren't actually up to me, it's up to, like, I have no, there's nothing I can do to make my goals, which to me kind of sucks as far as goals do, because if you're trying to hit goals and you don't have any, you guys know, this guy's a punk, I'm just gonna get his gesture. Danko, maybe I'll buy Purging Stone for the future. And I don't need any. Well, no, I don't need to purchase that. What do you have? Felka's Talisman, Karmic Justice. I should just kill him, but I'll keep him alive. Gosh, man. Oh, yeah, but we've kind of like figured out the reason we came out here. It's hard to like keep your goals in mind because you get busy with life and you're like, oh, well, I wish that I did other things in my life. What am I talking about? The reason we moved out here was because the houses are cheaper and I wanted to get into the real estate gig, buying a home and renting it out. And that's exactly what we did, but then I kind of forgot that goal. The goal is to buy something that can give me income continually the rest of my life, I guess, or until I sell that piece of real estate, which I don't know, the market's kind of looking super volatile right now. Could go up, could go down. Right now it's kind of just hovering up, but I don't know, I've heard some rumors that it's going to go down. So, I mean, it was great for us to sell when we did, but kind of also was like, buy a cheap house, but you have to live outside of Utah. And I think some people would say, oh, you're just homesick, you just kind of are not, you need to be more exploratory and get out there, and you just like being around a lot of church members, and yeah, there's that. I don't know why anyone blames people for that. Like, even in America, we talk about being a melting pot, but like, why do you have places like Chinatown? It's because they want to be together. Like, their culture is comfortable to them. Why not be around my culture? And it just so happens my culture is a mix of English and Latter-day Saint culture. So, I mean, there's that. Let's pump up strength maybe a little bit more. 26. And we'll get out of here. I'm actually going to get this ring really quick before we go down to Lighttown because it's very nice to have him. And I actually found out you can get his ring from the Crow at the beginning. If you have to trade some certain item. Anyway, so what we did here is we bought a property. We bought it for pretty cheap. And it's a good rental because it's on the beach and people always want to come out to the beach. And so I think that's the plan is we bought this place, we fixed it up, and I still have to do a little bit of work. There's a lot of like touch-up work I've never been good at, like the detailed stuff, which I guess it's one of those things I have to like overcome, obviously, but I'm not excited for that, but I think what I'm gonna do is send Danny back home to Utah, and we're gonna keep this. We're gonna have someone manage this property for us, and do a little bit of rentals while we're in Utah, and so that this can. The thing is this place costs like $700 a month with HOA fees, and that's, that's decent. It's not great, but for being on a beach, it's not terrible. The problem with HOAs is they can decide whenever they want to. HOAs in like a community is different than like a building or in a building. So that's like something that's different, right? They just hit the reason we bought this for so cheap is because they hit the previous occupants with a surprise. I don't know if it was a surprise necessarily, but they hit them with some kind of adjustment. They're basically saying like the building is in bad shape. We need to. I'm gonna go. If I can get this weapon over here, that'd be ideal. The building's in bad shape. We need to fix it, and it's gonna cost 20 grand each from everybody. And so the gal we bought it from, she was like 20 grand in debt, and because they forced this project on her, which I understand, like, you need to take care of the building. It's just kind of like mismanaged property HOA funds to begin with, is why that needed to happen. The guy that bought our building is actually from Utah, and so we're kind of banking on him being not a jerk and actually taking care of the place for us so that we don't get screwed. And I know, just because he's from Utah doesn't mean he's going to be great. But they've already fixed up the building really well, and they've done the condos they own here, they've fixed up really well. They look really good. So we're kind of just banking that they're going to make this a place that people want to come to. And I guess, hopefully we can get people to rent here while we move back to Utah. So obviously we're not going to make a ton of money. Oh, there you are. What's that? On purpose? Nope. That was amazing. What the? Haha. So the problem that I have sometimes is my controller, it will read that I've done a motion do it for me until like a week later. And so sometimes I'll like jump off of stuff too, and I'll be by accident. I really should have gotten a poise ring before it came down here. Because you know how big boy needs some poise. Look at that vein just popping up his arm. We used to do that too when we were younger. JD and I, well, mostly JD, until I actually had some muscle development. And then I'd show people, because I learned it from my cousin. We'd stick our arms over that one. And I sat down and we'd stick our arms over a chair. Well, he would, and then like veins would just like. It was really metal, if you know what I mean. And anyway, that was interesting that I even mentioned that. Where am I going? I think the thing is over here. Okay, sorry, son. Sorry. I might have to cut this short just to take care of my boy. Danny's gone right now, so. I really want to get down to Blighttown first, though. Yeah, anyway. So I remember being younger, sticking my arm over a chair and like showing my friends, like, dude, look at my veins, man. I was talking to my mom kind of about, because she was like, you know, I think a lot of people move out here because they want like, they want that, what do you call it? Like, diversity. They want that diversity. But you look out here and like there's diversity in skin tone. In Myrtle Beach especially, there's no one that's actually from Myrtle Beach. Everyone is from other places. But even if you have different skin tones, you are grouped, and it's not on purpose, it's not like a racist thing, but like it's just kind of what I was talking about. You're more comfortable with your people, and it's not that I have a problem with darker skinned people. I love living in Africa and living among those people. I felt like I was those people. But the cultures is what changes people. It's not about skin tone, it's about like who you grow up with and what you believe in and what you support, and yeah, there's a lot of Christian groups out here and we stick together as Christians, but that's the only thing that really binds us. Other than that, it's we all have our different cultures, different flavors and food. I don't love the southern food. It's not great. I actually miss Mexican food so bad. We went to this Mexican place, and I mean, it was awful. It's supposed to be, there's actually been one good. Oh, this guy's gonna come. That's cool. Yeah, I'm really sucking this up. Liam, be quiet so I can play video games. I love you. I'll take care of this. I just need to get down. Let's see this one. Did I die? That sucks, dude. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Sweet attack. Mexican food. I know it's not even Mexican food in Utah, but it's like Mexican food compared to anything you're gonna find out here. Like, there was one good restaurant, and the next restaurant was miserable. It had like the nastiest food ever in the world. You know what? I know why I've always been so underleveled for this area. Like, I've never been leveled enough for Quelaag, and it's because I always skip half the game. I'm so Donka. What am I doing? I've always been so underleveled for Quelaag because you skip half the game to get down here, and you're supposed to have like by the time you get here, I think you're supposed to have like a plus 10 weapon, and you're supposed to be like rocking people's socks off, but I don't know what the plan was when I got down here. I'm gonna go take on Quelaag, and if I die, it's because I suck at this game. I usually actually use Maneater Mildred for that fight. Very rarely will I take it on by myself. Also, I have a Firekeeper soul. Why am I being so dumb? I need to level up my Estus Flask. That's probably what will happen if I die here. I might run back to Firelink, go get a few items, and then come back, and I'll just start the recording back down here. But yeah, no. Mexican food here is so miserable. Danny, she likes Mexican food because she actually has celiac disease, so she can't eat gluten, and it's not like some fad that she's following. It's like legit. It will like make her die early or something like that. So we've tried to stay extra careful. That's the fastest that's ever loaded for me. Should we see if I can actually kill her? Holy rip. Whoa. Make a sexual joke there. Yes. Crap. Okay. Anyway, I am gonna go level up a little bit because I'm so dumb. I don't know. Anyway, about this Mexican restaurant, usually she can eat the corn tortillas, and so it's fine, you know, like, she just can't have wheat. But in this circumstance, she actually could not eat there because they gave her they didn't feed her. That'd be like funny if you go to a restaurant and they like feed you. Okay, Liam, I'm coming. They gave her a flour tortilla. Like, well, okay, the story goes, she was like, hey, I can't eat flour. I can't eat wheat. And I'm like, okay, well, we were thinking you could probably have a salad because everything here is kind of tainted by wheat. And she's like, fine, okay, you can't just give me like a corn tortilla. And they're like, no. So they gave her a salad that's in a tortilla bowl. And in the tortilla bowl, tortilla was made of flour. And you're just like face slap animation right there. Like, are you kidding me? You can't just, I don't know. It was just like such a bad experience. There's been times where like you find someone that you like appreciate, goes out of their way to make everything gluten free. Like this guy went to a sushi restaurant in Farmington, and he's just this kid, you know, but he did everything he could to make sure that we were like, he didn't even we didn't even ask him about gluten free. We were just like, hey, can you is this, I think she asked if the soup had soy sauce in it, which you don't think about it, but it's not gluten-free. And the guy was like, "Oh, do you need gluten-free stuff?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, well, let me go fix your sushi roll. I actually didn't tell them to make gluten-free before, and it's because he didn't know. We just assumed the sushi roll was going to be gluten-free. So it was like on the house. He fixed it for us. Dude, we tipped that guy like $50. We're like, "You're so awesome." And so I mean, it kind of means a lot to go out of people's way. I told you guys I was going to do this off camera. I'm sorry. Well, how long have I been recording for? I've been doing like 30 minutes. I think 30-minute segments are probably good enough. What I'll do, I'm going to do a few more levels, probably. Contraption does not move because it's dark down here. The big bumbus. I'll meet you guys back on this elevator after I do a little bit more leveling and I don't know, maybe get some good armor or something. Alright.